were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling. So don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. Jalal al-Din Rumi.
Greetings, and welcome to A Ray of Hope, Self-Actualization, YouTube channel. The content of this video is episode 2 of the Introduction to the Values-Based Leadership Program. The topic covered in this episode 2 is the Self-Empowerment Program concept. Suppose you have not watched the episode on the Introduction to Values-Based Self-Empowerment. In that case, it is recommended that you watch AROHA, Values-Based Leadership Episode 01, which is available on the channel list. Self-empowerment is a journey with many challenges, with ups and downs, a learning opportunity and living a life with contentment. Today we live in an environment that opens up individually to every man, according to his or her attitude, or circumstances in it. This individualism leads humans into chaotic leadership. This chaos created by men is very evident in the domains, such as political, social, economic and environmental. Therefore, the complexities faced in all of these various domains are so drastic that it is uncontrollable to avoid being cynical about the effectiveness and utility of what is referred to as self-empowerment development. In the continuing, increasingly complex, and changing hurdles, many of which have potentially destructive implications, the need for effective leadership is greater now than perhaps at any time in recorded history. Simultaneously, what is being called for in terms of leadership sounds as confusing as the issues and conditions facing us. Much of the time, we hear of a strong need for leaders such as results-focused leaders, charismatic leaders, heroic leaders, relationship leaders, innovative leaders, and more. We agree that these are important and sometimes useful ways to discuss leadership and specific leaders. In those calls for leadership, it is evident that each arises out of an ideologically driven world, and implies that every other type of leader, except the type it is calling for, is ineffective, inappropriate, or just outright wrong. Therefore, the scope of this program concept is to describe values-based self-empowerment, demonstrating and reflecting the ability to hold to the human values, to make a difference in their lives, those around them, and nature.
It is a general perception that leaders are born, not made. Perhaps it is true that some people are born leaders. Some leaders are born in the midst of adversity and challenges. Often simple people, who have never had a leadership role, will stand up and take the lead when a situation they care about requires it. As per Sri Sathya Sai Baba, a values-based leader isn't about emulating a role model or a historical figure. Instead, the chosen leadership must be rooted in who I am and what matters most to oneself. When one truly knows oneself and what the I, that is the self, stands for, it is much easier to understand and respond rather than react to in any situation. Therefore, it always comes down to making the right choice and doing the best you can. Coming to the values-based self-empowerment, or values to action, there are 4 guiding principles that must be understood and reflected in every situations. The 4 guiding principles are self-reflection, which is the related value of peace, balanced and perspective or intuition. which is the related value of truth. Self-confidence, which is the related value of right conduct. Humanity, which is the related value of love. In addition to the 4 principles, there is a 5th principle, which is called agility, which is non-violence, that is culmination of love, truth, right conduct, and peace. Thank you so much for your interest and attention in watching this brief video on episode 2, the introduction to the self-empowerment program concept. The next episode 3 will elaborate on the 5 guiding principles in detail. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and bell buttons to receive a notification on the program. Also, your feedback is essential for improving the program. Hence, we appreciate your feedback. Thank you.